You do not add the interest in to the ending balance. And so that's true for the 2007-8 and for the 2008-9. And for 2008-9, the total at the bottom should be $11,213,824, not counting the interest and correcting. I don't know if I had too many numbers when I typed it in or what, but so again, the ending balance in the teeter plan column for 2008-9 should be $11,213,824. So I just wanted to address that right.
I did it 4 times.
I beg your pardon?
Did it 4 times trying to figure out what was going on. Did you?
Thank you for those
just checking to see if you guys were paying attention, so thank you very much.
If we're awake, yeah. Okay, other items from the board concerned. Supervisor Smith, you had mentioned you had some items.
Yes, I think that as we move through this budget closeout, I can weave my comments into those line items.
All right. Any others from the board?
Well, I got some issues, Mr. Chairman, but I probably go to the public and live.
Okay. That's where I was at. We're at the point of public comment. And I'll invite the public to step forward on any item on the budget, pertaining to the budget, and just step to the podium, state your name, keep your comments 3 minutes, and I think that'll suffice. I won't make you fill out the card. So, whoopee. So, any comments to the board?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. I certainly support taking a look at how you can increase revenues by making sure that we're receiving the TOT that's actually being collected, the building permits and property taxes for structures that are being constructed and not reported. The chair has spoke to that previously. And I'm sure that you also review sales tax revenue to make sure the county is getting accurate receipts on that. One item of the specific ones before you, I would caution you against moving funds out of the landfill closure fund. It seems to me like taking funds out of that would be similar to what's been going on with the teeter plan over the years, that we have funds identified for a purpose, we shift them over to the general fund, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and I don't really see what the difference is in doing this. We say we're only doing it for 1 year. It's always expedient to start down that path with the first step. That would be the only thing I would object to about some of the things under discussion. Thank you.
Sure. John, how is the city of Ukiah dealing with their post-closure plan at the city of Ukiah landfill?
We accumulate the funds in the same way that you do, and our experience is that the post-closure costs, particularly given the difficulty in dealing with the state bureaucracy and getting timely approvals, means that your post-closure costs are always going to be more than what was anticipated. So by taking these funds now, you're only adding to the future contribution the general fund will have to make.
So does the city of Ukiah have any fund balance set aside for their closure?
Yes, there is.
Is it significant, or? I'm just curious, is it?
I don't have the exact numbers off the top of my head, but I know that we're in danger of those funds being exhausted due to the delays we're experiencing at the state level. So my opinion is you can't have too much money in your landfill closure fund. Thank you.
And for the record, your name was John McCowan.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Other members of the public wishing to speak on budgetary items before us? Okay, seeing no one step forward, I'll close public comment and bring this item back to the board for discussion and or possible action on the final budget 2008-2009. Supervisor Pinches.
My first issue, Mr. Chairman, because, you know, outside of this being a set of numbers, a work plan for the county for the following year, and I'd like to ask the CEO's office, you know, we just voted a 3 weeks ago to move forward with a project, the Scout Lake, and is the second phase feasibility study is roughly in the neighborhood of $250,000, and I was wanting to hear the CEO's recommendation, or what his recommendation going to be, is to come up with that money, because it's not in this spending plan in our budget, which I think is a real priority. So could we?
We shall hear from the CEO.
Thank you. At this point, Supervisor Pinch, is this correct? We do not have funds allocated for that project. I've been starting work on a memorandum with the Boy Scouts regarding use of that water from the lake. We're also in a partnership with the City of Willits, and we're trying to define what their needs are, and County Council will be involved in that agreement. At this point, what we're anticipating a possible source, again, no board action has been taken, is when we bring forward the new 5-year plan for the redevelopment agency, we have identified a specific sum of money to be used toward water projects, because obviously we can't move forward with in redevelopment agencies without having water sources. So that's our recommendation at the current time.
I guess my concern is the timelines, because right now we could go out and contract for the Phase 2 feasibility study, but we really can't do that unless we have a funding